Shalom Yasharala. This is Yeshaya. I'm doing a Car Chronicle dangerous style right here because I'm actually on the Parkway, New Jersey, Garden State Parkway, and I'm about to try to read while I'm driving 70 miles an hour. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. All right, now I could go back to not doing something so dangerous. Cops. Well, they don't seem to be moving nowhere, so they're good. And yes, they're still there. All right, so what I wanted to talk about with this video is I saw a video today. It was a Haitian female. Didn't even have a Haitian accent. It looked so Americanized. But she basically said that Black Americans don't have no culture. And it was a couple of, I guess it was like a podcast or something. I'm not sure. But to be fair, she was talking kind of stupid. But at the same time, you know, both sides were making points. But it just became Judah and Levi bashing each other. And here's the Hebrew Israelite standpoint on that. Black Americans do not have a fucking culture. I agree with her, and I'm a so-called Cuban American. I wouldn't even say Cuban American. I was born there. If it wasn't for my parents, I would have still been there. You know, and I'm not saying that I would have had a better life, you know, but coming to America makes you feel fucking entitled. Because what was going on was, yeah, she was like, we the first independent black country, right? So she's basically like, yo, we fought. And the black man, the African-American man, was like, yeah, but y'all are trillions of dollars in debt as a result. You know, so it's like both of them was arguing which slave master was a better slave master. And it goes to show you that Black, Hispanic, Native American, West Indian, Haitian, we have not grown one bit. Because this would have been the same argument 20, 30 years ago when I was in college. Same type of shit that was going on. Like, we don't learn. It's still, oh, we the first independent country, which, I'm going to say this. The truth of the matter is, going to the original, you know, because what the problem is, we have no accountability. And Black Americans took that as a disrespect. And honestly, the way she was carrying herself was disrespectful. First off, she was Americanized as fuck. I mean, her boobs were all the fuck out. They don't dress like that in Haiti. They dress a lot more shamefaced in Haiti than she was dressed. So, you know, don't be Americanized and talk about how Americans don't have culture. Because you don't have culture. Yeah, she might be Haitian. See, here's the thing. At the end of the day, America doesn't even stand true with its English or British roots. This government supposedly came from England, right? It doesn't even uphold British values. It doesn't talk like England. Like, there's hardly anything English about America, other than the fact that they speak a language that's really a bastardization of the original British. Because if the language were anything like British, I would say British. I would say a lift instead of an elevator. You know what I'm saying? So America is different in many ways from England. The same way that Black Americans are very different in many ways from their ancestors. You were conquered by a group of white people that did not adhere to their own culture. Unlike the French, who gave you Haitians their culture. So here's what we're looking at here when we watch that video, right? You have two Haitian girls and a bunch of black dudes, and I think it was a couple black girls too, African Americans. The Haitian girls are saying that black Americans have no culture. And I would double down on that. But I would also say, while African Americans don't have a culture, we don't have much better of a culture. We have the culture of our oppressors. And the person that posted that video, which I'm not going to disrespect her personally because she's one of my Facebook friends, but she said something about, oh, I'm tired of people coming for black Americans. No, you need to take note of what the lady is saying and look at what's actually happening in real life. Black Americans have been stripped of, well, I'll say this. Israelites from the tribe of Judah have been stripped of their heritage, just like the Bible said, and they were stripped of their heritage and not given another culture. America is a bastardization of 20 other cultures, really. You got aspects of ancient Greece, Egypt, Rome, India, England, France. I mean, the language that we speak now is not ancient English either. We're speaking an English that was mixed with French in 1066 AD. Because of the Battle of Hastings, the French took over the England for a few, probably about 100, I don't know. They took over for quite a few years. So when you actually read ancient English, it sounds more like German because Germanic is the original language. The original language is German. English has a lot of words in common with German. I mean, I'm going deep, right, about something that's not even what's being talked about. But you're talking about a people, a culture that has shifted and changed many ways that took over and conquered black American people. So I will say I have a culture. I'm Cuban, right? But my culture was given to me by the fucking Spaniards. That's why I'm constantly reading the Bible to teach myself about my true Hebrew culture. Because that's where us black Americans, Haitians, West Indians, that's our roots. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Salvadorians, Mexicans, our roots we are the Israelites of the Bible. So that's our heritage. Black Americans, though, they need to stop looking at everything like it's an attack on black Americans. Even though she was kind of ignorant, that the Haitian girl. And like I said, how are you Americanized as fuck and talking about black Americans don't have a culture? You don't have a culture. Your culture is that of fucking black Americans. Because the same way black girl's titties is out, her titties was fucking out. Totally unladylike, just like black American women. You know why? Because black American women learned how to be women from the dominant culture in America, which is Caucasian people that have no culture. If the root of your culture has no culture, what do you think you're gonna have? And the root, I don't really mean the root, because the root is black Americans, and the reason why I'm being so harsh on this situation is because black Americans are our head tribe. The tribe of Judah in the Bible is the head of the nation of Israel. So that's very important to understand. Black Americans, everybody's so harsh on y'all because y'all are supposed to lead us out of the conditions that we're in, out of hell. And all y'all doing is y'all the worstest ones merging with them. You don't rebel anymore. You're not trying to find your heritage. Your true heritage, man. You are the Israelites of the Bible. The tribe of Judah. As are we. I'm from the tribe of Manasseh. We're not the leaders of the nation like you guys are. So this is what the lesson that we're teaching today. Is black people, black Americans in particular, need to grab back their culture from the nasty, filthy, stinking rat Europeans. And stop thinking and start holding themselves accountable too. Because that's another problem too among our people. See, when I say my people, I'm including black Americans, Haitians, Hispanics, Native Americans. We are one people. We've been historically separated. But when you look at white people, they're one people. We just call them white people, but really, a French man doesn't want to be the same thing as an Irish man. An Irish man doesn't want to be the same thing as a Scottish man. It's like you confuse a Jamaican. You tell somebody they Jamaican, they turn out to be Trinidadian, they're going to want to kill you. You know, we have subdivisions within our culture, but the truth of the matter is, we are one people. And the only way we're going to get ahead is if we drop these stupid mentalities. Oh, no. Look at the phrase. Look at the shit that the stupid black boy said in that video. He said, you're talking about we don't have a culture, we are the culture. What the fuck do that mean? Explain to me what we are the culture means. How are you as a person a culture? I don't understand where you get that stupid mentality from. We are the culture. That's like that stupid ass Steve Harvey shit where, oh, if you ask a woman what she brings to the table, she is the table. Like, what? We got to stop with these mic dropping comments. Oh yeah, I am the table. We are the culture. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. We are the culture. We are what culture, motherfucker? Well, I'll explain to you. Black Americans are the Jews of the Bible, the Judites. Jesus Christ came from the same tribe as you. Along with King David, King Solomon. Like, these were all, if they were born today, they would be born of black Americans. And that's what we need to understand. Like, those are our ancestors. I mean, yours in particular, but they're my ancestors too because they're of my nation. But we have to have some type of understand. Like, the shit, the female that posted it, that says she disagrees with what I was saying, she doesn't have a scholarly bone in her body, and I hate to say it. But if you don't believe historical facts, then something you're just not smart. You just have ignored your heritage. We need to stop that shit. Start being wiser. Otherwise, you're just gonna love your oppressor, and they're gonna be the ones to teach you to hate yourselves. When you say dumb shit like "we are the culture," you know what that does? We are the culture. As much as it sounded cool and clever and it's a mic dropping moment, you know what that really does? It makes black people say, "Hey, there's nothing wrong with us. We're doing everything the right way. We don't have to change nothing. We don't have to fix nothing. We don't have no accountability. We are the culture. We are already where we need to be at." And that's where people fuck up. That's where you take no accountability and you don't realize the problems that you have. And the biggest problem of them all that black people have, American, and I'm just talking about that one tribe, is that They are too much taking after their oppressor, and they listen to an oppressor to understand what's beautiful, what's right, because your religion comes from the white man. Your language comes from the white man. So how are you going to say we are the culture? These are two very important cultural things, and they come from other people. What do you call yourself? I'm African American. Africa comes from the Greek Afrik, which means without cold. You call yourself after a fucking Greek word, American, named after Amerigo Vespucci, an Italian explorer. So you say you have culture, but your culture comes from fucking white people. What about your cuisine? What do you eat? Well, most black people, they'll tell, and I'm guilty of it too. I love soul food. But truth be told, that's not a cultural food. I mean, fried chicken is in the Bible. Fried chicken is in the Bible. There are things that go back to the Bible. What about baked macaroni and cheese? That sounds like slave food to me. Candied yams, ham hocks, collard greens with pork in it. That's all slave food, truth be told. So when you approach what was said from a scholarship standpoint, you realize Black American culture is no culture at all, because it comes from white American culture that also has no culture. And what black people need to do in order to have a culture is tap back into their original culture, because their original culture is better than every culture that there is in this earth. But because they don't have any type of fucking accountability, anything that somebody says to critique Black Americans is, fuck you, fuck are you talking about? Yo, you coming for black people. No, you're correcting black people. First off, the fact that you call yourself black, my car black. Your skin brown. So fuck are you talking about? Our people need to heal, man, from the brainwashing of the Europeans. That's the truth. So when you say, oh, Black Americans ain't got no culture, that's true. Because your culture was violently stripped from you during slavery, just like my culture, just like the culture of the Haitians, the West Indians. These are all cultures that were taken over by enemy invaders, and they all forced their culture upon us. For you to stand up for them so thoroughly, I don't know why. They are all the devil. But with that, I hope this was edifying. Refer to that scripture that I read at the beginning of this video. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. The speaker in that verse is God. God says he gave us a heritage. What did you Black Americans do with it? You said, fuck it, let the Jews have it and mistreat it, and we're going to just be Black Americans. We're going to be African Americans. We're going to be Pan-African. We're going to be Nubian. We're going to be this. We're going to be that. Instead of the children of God that God created you to be. But with that, I'm going to say shalom.